MNKD, Mankind. This one's been dropping for a very long time. And there are a lot of bag holders that really believe in this product that they have. So there was news this morning, and the stock is up a little bit on that news. In fact, as soon as it came out, it looks like it jumped. And I bought 3 times on this, and my average is now 90 cents. And what I'm expecting to do is just get out around $1, because again, there are a lot of people that love this stock. So, and I'm going to set my bell out at right there at 80, and that was, it looks like the close of yesterday. And I'm going to try to get out right at about $1 or even more on this one. So it is 9:16. Got about 14 minutes to the open. I'm just going to watch this one. If it drops down to 80 cents before the open, I'll turn this back on and I'm just going to bell out. Okay, so the news on Mankind. It looks like they entered into a collaboration and license agreement, and they can get up to $102 million. And I'm assuming that's based on performance. But seeing $100 million to some people, that's going to really spark their curiosity and bring some eyes to this stock. Currently, right now, it looks like the bid and the ask are about a 1 penny apart. And looking at the level 2 on this, yeah, it's about a 1 penny spread. So don't really see, based on the level 2 right now, where it's headed. But then again, it's the pre-market, and I usually don't trade the pre-market just because things are up and down, and I typically get stopped out in the pre-market because things are so crazy. But I'm going to stick with this one. It still hasn't hit my stop out just yet. I am down on this stock, but I'm going to stick with it and see what it does. Okay, so we're about 6 minutes from the open, and it's putting in this little ghetto flag here, and it's real close to getting back up to the VWAP. So, and it hasn't fallen below 85, so that's holding up a little bit. So I still have a little bit of faith left in this one. Just gonna let it run and see what it does. And even though that's not a perfect flag, it's all about the interpretation. So some people might be just now looking at this chart, seeing the news, seeing this flag, and a flag is bullish. So we got that $1 magnet not too far away. But only time will tell. Looks like we got about 5 minutes to go. Okay, so we're about 15 seconds from the open. And I'm going to get ready here on Mankind to either just bell out, or if it starts dropping, or try to get out right at that $1 level. Okay, they're trying to bring it up. They're trying to get it up to 90. So the volume is about 1,000 per second. And there are a lot of shorts in this stock, and some of those could start to get squeezed out here in this sub-dollar level if this starts to go up. And I hope that other traders are aware of that. I checked the short interest, and it looks like there's 22% short, but that's on shortvolume.com, and it looks like their website might be a little bit broken because the charts aren't working, but still watching the level 2 on this, just glued to the level 2, and looks like it's coming down a little bit, so I'm going to get ready to sell if it gets below, like, I don't know, it's really coming down. Okay, we got some nice volume coming in. We're up to right about 700,000, and we're about 2 minutes in. And if they're gonna buy the bounce, this is gonna be it right here. If not, this trade just might be over, and I'll take a loss on this one. So 85 was holding as some level of support in the pre-market. So if it breaks through that, then it might just start going down even further. And in hindsight, a lot of people know that this stock isn't doing very well, and that's probably what's keeping them out of this. In my opinion, I think if there were more eyes on this in the pre-market, it would have made a little bit of a run, but unfortunately there are other runners today, so this isn't in the spotlight. And again, that 85-cent level, it held this morning in the pre-market a little bit, so if it breaks through that 85, it just could be over with for this one. And I don't know, I just don't have any confidence that this one's going to go up today. Something's telling me just to get out right now at 85 and just take the 5-cent loss. But I'm just seeing if this has any possibility, any chance to bounce here. So we're in a downtrend, and this is the time when, you know, people start thinking, okay, I'm going to go short even more, or they might start adding to their short. But again, if that 85 can hold, then we might see a little bit of a bounce. If it gets up to 90, I'm just going to break even, cut my losses. Okay, so they're trying to bring it up. Well, it's really trying. I'm going to pause the video here. Alright, so it got up to 87 and just couldn't hold. They're trying to bring it back up to 87 right now. And this stock has 250 million shares. So it's not thick like a 1 billion share stock would be, but it takes a lot to move this stock. So a lot of volume, that is. And it's traded about 1 million shares so far, and it really hasn't moved a lot. And because of that, I think this trade is pretty much over for me. So I'm going to watch this one for just a little bit longer, but I'm going to be looking to bail here real soon. So now it's starting to go sideways, put in these really weird bars of indecision. And again, the only thing that's really keeping me in is there are a ton of people that are short the stock. I mean, we can go back to the $7 level, and there might still be shorts in it from there. But the ones I'm really concerned about are just the ones that maybe got in right up here because they're really enjoying this, and they might be holding because I mean there are rumors that this company's really not doing good at all, and their stock price is indicative of that. So, but the good thing is the thing that's another thing keeping me in the trade is that it's above the 9 EMA, and it's right there at that VWAP. So see if we can get a VWAP break and then off to 90s. Again, it's going to take a lot of volume to move this. We're at 1.3. It might be 3 million volume before we can get back up to the 90s. If it's going to do that. And again, I don't know. So, all right, so we're about 15 minutes in, and up to this point, it's gone down. They're trying to push it back down to 85 cents right now. And I'm getting tired of watching this one, to be honest with you. Alright, so we're 18, 19 minutes into the open. I just placed an order to sell at 87 cents. Just to get out for a 3-cent loss because I'm done watching this. Scanning for volatile stocks and for relative strength. Really not a lot going on today. Alright, I'm going to pause the video one last time. Alright, so I'm not going to get filled at 87, so I just put in order to sell at 86. Alright, so I'm just going to stop the bleeding. It's not going to get to 86 either, so I missed my chance. So I'm going to cancel my order to sell at 86, and I'm just going to place a market order just to get out. Okay, that's it. I'm out. So in the end, it looks like I lost about 115 bucks plus trading fees. So where I went wrong on this is I traded it before the open, and that's where I went wrong, because right at the open, let's see here if we can find that. Okay, so essentially right here, what I should have been looking for is if this was a strong stock, what would have happened is right at the open we would have seen it go up. Instead, it started going down right at the open. And generally if a stock goes down, it's going to bounce, and there wasn't a big bounce here. So being in a bad trade, I should have just bailed out right here because that was as good as it was going to get. But what I took away from this, the learning lesson, is just to reinforce, stop trading before the open, and let the trade set up before just jumping in based on a shitty news story. So that's it for this trade. Thanks for watching.